And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with the next best of three, and this is Heldacarite. Hopefully I got his name right. We'll just call him Helda for short. Versus Viverea, and my name is Larc. With me is none other than Katips.
Thank you, Larc. It's good to be here. We are going into the second match of Group F for Cycle 2, Season 1 of the eHL, and I'm pretty excited. We've had a good first match so far. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. We did see a clean 2-0 victory there for AI, and it seemed like his Druid deck was just really paving the way for the competition here today. And it seems like Boonhammy just couldn't find the responses, a couple of questionable plays for sure, indeed. But nevertheless, definitely give full props to AI there for playing it pretty well.
Pretty solid. As we predicted at the start of the match, we were kind of expecting Druids to come because even without Tankmaster, Druids are still pretty solid. They have a lot of options in their cards like Wrath, Keeper of the Grove, many ways to stay in the game and to keep tempo up.
Yeah, for sure. And in this game, though, we might see. I do believe maybe again we're probably gonna see that that Druid again just so popular, like you mentioned. But I want to take a quick look at Viverea, and this is pretty interesting because he as well does not run a Druid deck, so we might be seeing a little bit of a different action here. And as we speak, we are jumping into game number 1 of this best out of 3, and it's gonna be his Warlock.
What do we see here in Viverea's hand? We do see the most annoying card in the Zoo deck, the Shield Bearer, to open up his game. So we are now going to see Zoo in Group F, our first Zoo of the series.
Yep, and we can see the addition of the Girlfriend to the Shield Bearer there with that coin.
Right.
So that's really good. Although
That's right.
He's thinking about using the Flame Imp though.
Well, it would be nice to play Flame Imp very early, just so the 3 damage doesn't give you too many problems in the mid game. So he does choose to go with Flame Imp.
But perfect top deck answer, Mortal Coil. What more did you ask for?
Oh my goodness, value Mortal Coil.
Yeah. Oh, we see both the Knife Jugglers in hand already for Heldacarite, and Viverea though loses everything on the board. Now he's gonna be able to get back some sort of advantage, although that Shield Bearer is 100% going to be dying here, without a doubt.
Yes, let's see how he chooses to play. Of course, Viverea is not aware of the hand of the Legend of Zelda, so he could still be expecting some value from the Shield Bearer. Unfortunately, it might be going down next turn.
Yeah, let's see where the dagger is gonna go. Oh, it's gonna pop the shield, so that's actually pretty good, and that's a little bit unfortunate for Viverea in that kind of sense. Although he will be able to deal with a lot of the creatures on the board because he's able to buff up the 1/2 with the Shattered Sun Cleric here, which is actually gonna do. But unfortunately, there's such a huge board presence already on the side of Helda there. So
that's
again,
right. That's a pretty commanding board. Both Flame Imps are out. Like Knife Juggler is going to continue to be a problem unless Viverea deals with it. So let's see how...
Oh, he gets it. The RNG. Dagger there. Girlfriend's gonna sacrifice herself for the boyfriend. And there we see a lot of attacks onto the face. Flame Imps, man. They look very juicy right now.
Very juicy. Of course, we know that Flame Imps were the big success story of Warlock, making them really strong in the early seasons of Hearthstone. So they are making a strong appearance back here for Helda.
Oh, wow. Now that's a card we don't see as often. Lore Walker Cho.
Ooh.
That is actually pretty interesting. Do you think he probably runs this in his deck because he knows that he doesn't run much spells?
So normally I've seen Lore Walker Cho being run in Zoo decks just because they want removals to come back to them. So for example, if you play Lore Walker Cho, swipe is used, you get swipe back, and now you have more removals in your deck for your Zoo to keep the train up and to keep the tempo up. So maybe he will use it in that way, but I'm not sure how Lore Walker Cho is going to affect the Zoo versus Zoo matchup, so let's see.
Well, the way that we look at it right now, Viverea is 100% dead. Without a doubt. Like, if whatever he tries to do here, he is essentially going to die. Look at that, he's even forced to double Mortal Coil. Oh, I guess he could save himself here with the what do you call this, Defender of Argus. So that's a pretty buffed up 3/4. That's going to kill the 1/3. Now, unfortunately, I do believe he is still probably close to death very soon. over here. Is he actually dead? No, he's one off lethal, so that's actually pretty sad for him.
Unless we see a return of the top deck Soulfire, maybe if he taps.
Well, he could tap, and I mean he still has enough mana for the what do you call this, for the Shattered Sun Cleric, so I'm pretty sure he wants to do that. Oh, he's actually gonna go ahead and throw Lord Walker Cho up. Oh, he was hoping for the dagger to hit the face. Is it gonna hit the face? Is it gonna hit the face? There we go. That's lethal. That is game. Out comes the Shattered Sun Cleric, and boy, oh boy, must he be feeling pretty awesome right now. He takes a really instant, quick win. Oh, another dagger even going to the face of Viverea, and what a way to end this game, man. Knife Juggler MVP for Helda, and he's gonna take the first game against Viverea, and boy was that a really, really quick first game there.
Very, very commanding ending for Helda. So that was a nice opener for him. So let's see how he goes into the next match.
Yep, definitely. I mean, I guess we can't really say as much as to how he could have played that game differently. It's just the way the hands were. Like, one Warlock was just way too much for the other one. And now I do believe that that over here, Viverea is actually thinking of going with his mage. Now it's kind of hilarious because his mage deck is actually named Good Morning. Now I'm not too sure why it's called Good Morning, but it's pretty interesting. In fact, all his decks are like, his mage deck is Good Morning, his hunter deck is called Good Afternoon, and his warlock deck, which he just played, is Good Night. So I guess his warlock deck has to go Good Night right now.
That's right. So we are now Viverea saying good morning to Helda. Let's see how his mage deck deals with this Zoo deck from Helda.
Yeah, for sure. So the Zoo deck here again for Helda is going to be pretty interesting. Now it's gonna be pretty tough for the mage though, because he doesn't have much of a board clear until the turn 7 Flame Strike. So we might actually see quite a fast game as well. Look at that, he already has a coin.
That's right.
So,
but let's not forget that Viverea playing mage, his hero power is suitable for, it's very suitable for taking out threats like Ardent Squire, and also for pinging stuff that is out of reach.
Yeah, but look at that, Value Priestess, both of them buffing up each other, and
wow,
that's a huge value.
That's the possibly the worst play you want to see as a mage right now, because they are both currently out of range. They're going to keep doing that, and Viverea now has no possible means of removal in his hand at the moment.
Yep, I believe he's probably just going to play the Flame Bimp and attack the face. The thing is, he's going to have to hope that his Priestess do buff each other. If not, he's going to be pretty sad because he'll lose both of them. He'll lose one of them at least. Okay, let's see where they're going to buff. Okay, they buff each other. What a way! This Arch is... Oh, but the top deck though. So Frostbolt here is actually going to dish out damage on one of them. He can essentially take out the other Young Priestess later on. Wow, he actually opts to go for face. Now, that could actually hurt him a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, I would have wanted to have him leave the Berserker in play and as a big threat by killing one of the Priestesses, just so Helda has the thought of running his Flame Imp into it. So let's see what he does next with this small advantage to him. So
he's gotten his Harvest Golem out, although Value Yeti is going to make its appearance. Now that is a huge board presence there. We already see there's that Doom Guard, so I believe Heldacarite is probably thinking about playing every single card he can right now. He's probably going to even play both the shields. I think that's a pretty decent play here, since he will be able to still apply a lot more pressure. Yes, the Chillwind Yeti will kill off the Young Priestess, but at the same time, you have like so many other minions on the board with a lot of bubbles as well.
That's right. And Helda has to think about the fact that Viverea is, the closer he gets to turn 7, the more difficult it's going to be for him. So he has to mount an offense now, and he has to mount it soon, just so he can keep the tempo up and make sure that Viverea is not going to get much value out of his Flame Strike.
Now this is a pretty interesting play. It's pretty good as well. He pings his own Acolyte Pain to make sure that it doesn't die instantly to that to the Scarlet Crusader. But the thing is, I don't think Scarlet Crusader is gonna be necessarily interested in killing off the Acolyte of Pain. Look at this. He's gonna be able to clear off the Yeti. It's still gonna be alive. That's gonna die, but of course he will be able to ping the Scarlet Crusader. Although, oh, he's actually going to Shattered Sun Cleric the what do you call this? The Harvest Golem. What do you think about that though?
Hmm.
He could have
Well,
saved 4 damage on the board.
yeah, that's right. That's right. But let's see. Well, either way, I mean, Helda has a full board still, so he's still in pretty much control. So that might not be too much of a worry for him at the moment. But we are getting close to turn 7. Of course, we know that Flame Strike is in the hand of Viverea, ready to take out nearly the entire board of Helda. So let's see how the next few turns play out.
Yep, I think, okay, so Viverea's thinking that he definitely needs to heal. Well, what he could do is he could build up a huge mana burn by placing both down and then Frostbolting one.
That's right.
Of the minions here. So it seems like he's actually going to do that. He's going to Frostbolt the Harvest Golem. So that's pretty good because now the Harvest Golem can attack, and that's probably the highest damage minion on the board right now due to the Dire Doggy there as
That's
well.
right.
So,
and that also puts it in the perfect range for his Flame Strike next turn. So
yep. Oh, but it seems like he wants to get a little bit more damage in. Out comes the tap as well. He's going to be pretty sad though because he's going to lose all his minions here. So I guess it's not as effective. He's smart though. He knows he's going to be faced with Flame Strike, and that's why he clears the board before he decides to go for face. So actually it seems that Helda does have kind of an idea of what to expect going into this because he knows that he will still have a Harvest Golem on the board.
that's right. That's right.
So,
Ooh, but here comes the best 4-drop in the game, the Water Elemental coming to make an appearance.
Now, do you think that's actually worth it though? Because now we're gonna see some huge amount of damage. Soulfire actually, so that's a little unfortunate. He should have can't play his Doomguard, so
Yeah. I think Viverea is just waiting for the right time to get a full board from Helda and then using his Flame Strike. I'm not too sure about this play really. I would have wanted to clear that board first, especially now he's in 18 health. And with Doomguard still to play, and Leroy not making an appearance yet, so let's see.
well, here's the thing though. I think he definitely wants to kill off at least the what do you call this? The
Water
Perfect Farseer,
Okay, yeah.
so that at least the Water Elemental will die to the 5/7 if he wants to trade it, because he will still have like a Harvest Golem up. So that's also very good. But here we go. He's gonna freeze it there, and unfortunately for him, Skill Strike makes its appearance, and now Helda actually is on the back foot because he's gonna have to really hope for the top deck of a Soulfire. If he doesn't get it, I think it's gonna be pretty difficult for him to win this game.
That's right. Especially with a Harvest Golem in hand of Viverea.
Oh,
And-
there we go. That's the answer. Life tap into the Argent Commander, the road to Northrend, ladies and gentlemen. And Helda is really going to go to Northrend because, look at that. He has a 2-0 clean victory against Viverea.
So what do you think about that choice to play the Water Elemental and the Farseer first before using the Flame Strike? I think that was a crucial turning point in this match. It could have saved him that extra turn of damage. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I just felt that he should have just used Skill Strike there and instantly cleared the board. Yes, you'll be faced with a Doomguard and another small little damage Harvest Golem, but at least that way he doesn't take too much damage, and at the same time he will be able to, kind of build back his board again because he still has another Flame Strike. So
He does, and he also had a way of, even if he put down one minion or like a low value minion, he had Defender of Argus. He could have stopped at least one of the threats and not bring himself down to within range of lethal distance.
yeah, for sure, definitely. I just felt that I think that was the big part in that game. That was the turning point. That was basically what got Helda into a better position because he actually knew that what was coming up and he was able to play around it. In fact, you saw him. He was smart about it. He cleared the minions on the board and then he dished in damage, and then after that he started putting and applying much more pressure after that.
Very, very nice. Yes, it's a very, very smart play since a lot of people forget that you have to play around certain values, and turn 7 mage, especially on an aggro deck with low health, you really have to expect that Flame Strike is coming or is already in hand, and making sure that you play around that. And Helda really played to that turn to the best of his ability.
For sure. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with the next best out of 3, and I do believe that will be Boonhammy. Yes, we're gonna be seeing Boonhammy again versus Helda, the Legend of Helda. So let's see whether or not he's gonna be able to continue his winning streak, or will he finally lose? Only time will tell. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.